you guys, this is one thing you can do for a horse that's kind of always wanting to be out in front of you and jig with you some. And what you noticed here is if I completely keep my legs off of him and stay really still in the saddle, like try not to breathe, he'll usually carry me around here in a walk pretty good. But the second that I try to put a little life and get with that walk, and maybe even put a little bit of life in my legs, he just wants to go, see there, he just wants to go and kind of jig off, all right? Now, if you watch my reins here, I'm just making it difficult to jig around here, all right? And there, and when the walk comes, I open up a little bit on him, okay? Goes to jigging, I'll just let the bit jig in his mouth, okay? And keep jigging, jig, jig, and jig, 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 and open up right there. Okay, so the important part about that is the timing. Here comes our jig, 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 there. See him find that walk right there? Okay, here comes our jig. So we'll let this jig and just let it be kind of difficult on him to go around here jigging like this. And being out in front of me will make it difficult here. We'll jig, jig. Let that keep on jigging in his mouth, make it there. And right here, open up, okay? And then go right back to it if you need to. And jig, jig, there. And right here, open up. Okay, he's starting to rush right there a little bit. We'll jig, jig. We'll jig, and oh, see, now he only let me leave him alone for just a second there, but that 1 second that he gave me, I'm gonna give it to him. You've got to realize, there, you've got to realize the smallest changes and the slightest tries. Okay, and here comes our jig. We'll jig, 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 jig. Okay. Now, if you also notice, he's kind of turning pretty sharp when we come around here to the left or right, kind of wanting to go back here with these other horses, all right? So one more thing we might do is we might let him just go right over here to these other horses and then make it really, really hard on him when he gets over there. There's our jig, and there, we make that feel good. See, we need this horse to start being where he can find the walk. There's the jig, make it difficult, and there's the walk, okay? And here comes the jig, and here's the walk.